Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Great League, showcasing some more fun battles featuring Bastiodon. Big Bad Bastiodon is back for some more action in the Great League. It has been quite some time since I've run the very powerful and classic Bastiodon Medicham core on this channel, and I thought, what better time than now, guys? We got a large, overpowered, bulky spider running rampant in the Great League. And let me tell you guys, there is no better Pokemon than to handle that spider than Big Bad Bastiodon. So we're running the classic Bastiodon Medicham core, but with a slight twist, guys. Normally, I would run good old Sableye on the safe swap. That is the classic rendition of the Bastiodon Medicham core. You have to see Sableye on the safe swap, which I absolutely love. But guys, I decided to switch it up a little bit, and we're running Sirfetch'd on the safe swap with this team on a double fighter backline. Sirfetch'd is slowly becoming one of my favorite safe swap options due to its coverage, along with Medicham in the back, of course. You can't have the Bastiodon Medicham core without Medicham, of course, in the back. Medicham is quite strong, we all know by now. One of the best Pokemon in the entire Great League. I love Medicham. I've been wanting to run that for a while as well. Had a blast with this team. Such a fun team. And before we hop in to the featured set of the video, we're starting things off with a few bonus battles that I thought were tons of fun. And here we go, picking up a somewhat good lead in Walrein. Nice shiny Walrein, but of course, Walrein can absolutely fight back with the threat of the Earthquake. So what we're going to do is shield up that Earthquake. That would do a lot to our Bastiodon, and we're going to look to trade shields potentially by looking to get off this super effective Stone Edge. If they want to trade shields, that's fine, but no, they let their Walrein go down, and they bring in a Shadow Machamp, so we go right into Sirfetch'd, guys. When you're running an ABB style team, you still want to swap out, and of course in that situation you do, but even if they bring in something that Bastiodon can beat, you still want to swap out. And they meet us with a Haunter. Holy smokes, guys. I never thought it would be possible to face off against a Pokemon glassier than Sirfetch'd, but we did find it in Haunter, as that Leaf Blade did a lot of damage. They look to go for the full farm down, so we're waiting down our switch timer, guys. That's something you'll really want to get in the habit of doing. If you swap out, if you give them switch advantage, you always want to wait down your switch timer to give you the flexibility of swapping out of that bad matchup that they're going to definitely bring back in. We farmed down the very squishy Haunter, and because we waited our switch timer, it allows us to catch this cross chop onto our Medicham, and it is lights out. Machamp can do nothing to Medicham. That's going to be a good game. Well played to our opponent. I always have fun with Bastiodon and Medicham in the Great League. Always a fun time. And here we go, picking up an awful lead in Empoleon. Whenever you see an Empoleon lead, you instantly have to be thinking Zionic's signature team that carried him to Legend a couple seasons back, I believe. And that is Empoleon lead with Charm A9, which we see here, and Mandibuzz in the back. So it's good to draw this out. And as you can see, we stopped attacking there because Sirfetch'd was putting in too much work on this Charmer, guys. We needed to leave some health for Bastiodon to farm, guys. So that's how strong Sirfetch'd is. It forces you to stop attacking sometimes. As we do come back in with Bastiodon, we're going to get a little bit of farm off of this Alola Ninetales. We want to get as close to a flamethrower as possible without having to take too much damage from this Empoleon. Flamethrower is the way to go on Empoleon, as that hits for neutral damage, and our switch timer is up. So we're going into Medicham, and there it is, right on cue. The Mandibuzz in the back. We do have a shield advantage. So yes, this is the signature team, courtesy of fellow content creator Zionic. It's his team that he created and got the Legend with a couple seasons back. It's actually built, I believe, to counter the Bastiodon Medicham core. So let's see how we do against Zionic's old team. We're playing this out with this Mandibuzz. You go straight Ice Punch. I do recommend going Ice Punch on Medicham in the Open Great League. Gives you the most coverage. Power up punch, it's not necessary. The counters are more than enough. But here we go. We're going to tank this Aerial Ace because we know that Empoleon is close to a Drill Peck, and that's going to do a lot more damage than an Aerial Ace from a Mandibuzz. So we do need to save a shield for that Empoleon. And they do go down a shield, and we catch that Aerial Ace on the Bastiodon because the switch timer was up. We didn't want to have to go down another shield. And at this point, I'm looking at the health on this Empoleon. They know that they need back-to-back Hydro Cannons, and we get to that Flamethrower. We hit our move, triggering the CMP tie, which means that all we have to do is shield up this Hydro Cannon, and Bastiodon is going to close this game out for us. Holy smokes, who would have thought Bastiodon closing it strong, taking out the Water-type Empoleon, and we do take that game. That's going to be a good game. Well played to our opponent. How about Bastiodon closing it strong? I always have fun with Basti on the lead. And here we go. Met with a Cofagrigus. Pretty neutral lead. And believe it or not, I'm speaking from experience, guys, and playing a lot of Cofagrigus myself. Cofagrigus can actually win this and the 2-shield. So we have to play this carefully. We're gonna of course tank the first Shadow Ball, but if we want to take out this Cofagrigus, we're gonna have to start throwing up shields, and we actually made a couple of mistakes up against this this lineup here, guys. After throwing that Stone Edge, we should have swapped immediately into our Sirfetch'd, grabbing that shield advantage. But instead, we stay in and we try to either take out the Cofagrigus or go down on shields. We should have swapped out much sooner than that because it allowed this Cofagrigus to farm up to 2 moves. Mistake number 2 is we should have called the bait, but you never know what Cofagrigus could be running. They happen to be running Dark Pulse, which is what I prefer to run, but it could have been a Psychic as well. So that's a tough call there. And then they come in with a Mandibuzz. So we go for the Leaf Blade. Both moves are resisted. Leaf Blade does more base damage. And mistake number 3 was fishing for the boost, guys. For those of you loyal to the channel, you know I'm not a big fan of fishing for that boost. My mindset is, you know, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't, where you need to throw it. But we fished for the boost. Mistake number 3. And to make it worse, this Mandibuzz is running Air Slash. I think if we had swapped sooner, we would have drawn out that Mandibuzz much sooner. Of course, it would have farmed all the way down, but our Bastiodon would have been healthy enough and would have likely had a shield as well. So they do bring back in the Cofagrigus. We're putting a lot on our Medicham. We've pulled out some clutch victories with Medicham in the past. We're going to get rid of the Cofagrigus here with an Ice Punch. That's all we needed. And Medicham is just waiting to go off on the rest of this team. They do come back in with the Mandibuzz. We're going to take this out with an Ice Punch. And we're going to see what they have left in the back, hoping like heck that it's something that Medicham can do okay against. And it's a Drapion. So if we were healthy and maybe had a shield, that we would have had this in the bag. But our Medicham, we just asked way too much of our Medicham in the end, guys. Made a few too many misplays in this one. And the Drapion's just going to outpace us, and our Medicham's not healthy enough. They're going to get to Crunch, which is going to be more than enough to take us out. So yeah, we made a few too many misplays in this one to take it. I think it was definitely winnable if we had played a little bit better, but good game, well played to our opponent nonetheless. Always have to start things off with some fun and exciting bonus battles as we move into the featured set of the video. We are met with a Dugong. You don't see Dugong too often in the Open Great League. That, of course, is a bad lead for them. They go into Sableye, and we're a little slow on the swap. But we can get by because Sirfetch'd does outpace Sableye, and it does win CMP tie. And you go Leaf Blade on Sableye. You don't need to go Night Slash. Both moves hit for neutral. Leaf Blade is going to do more raw damage. That is how you play Sableye. And I do find that in the Sableye matchup, you are going to have to go down on shields. But Sirfetch'd can leave this with a lot of energy and get those shields right back. So it's not a big deal. We are at a 2-shield advantage as of now, but like I said, Sirfetch'd can absolutely get those shields back. We're going to go for the super effective Leaf Blade on this Dugong here, and we do get that shield back, but because they snuck an Ice Shard through, we don't get to our second move, and that is okay. We come back in with Bastiodon, and they meet us with a Nidoqueen. This is why you run Ice Punch, guys. I see so many Medichams running Power Up Punch in the Open Great League. That is not the way to go. Ice Punch gives you the broadest coverage and sets you up for the most success in the Great League. So we go for that Ice Punch there. And this Nidoqueen does still have a shield. We're going to look to pressure that last shield. They did debuff us, and they could have definitely gone for the Poison Fang. I think that was the appropriate play. But we do grab that shield with the Ice Punch, but they go for the overkill Earth Power, guys. Maybe they're not quite comfortable with Nidoqueen just yet, but I think a second Poison Jab and Farm Down would have been the way to go for them. Which puts them in a bad spot, because now they're forced to go for the triple resisted Poison Fang, and all they have left is that Dugong, and it is just about lights out, guys. We're going to go for the massively super effective Stone Edge, and a few smackdowns is going to finish this thing off. They see that. They see the writing on the wall. They knew it was over, so they do concede the match. It's going to be a good game. Well played. Bastiodon and Medicham, just as powerful as ever. And look who it is, guys. Fellow content creator, Jamie Finn, 1415. If you're unfamiliar, hop on his channel, guys, and check him out. He is the first trainer in the world to get to Legend running all shadows. He runs these shadows to perfection, guys. And, of course, we had a Shadow Machamp on the lead. And Jamie Finn meets us with a Shadow Alolan Marowak running Hex. So we really need to fight hard for a switch here, guys, which means that we are more than happy to play out the 2-shield if necessary. We do outpace this Alolan Marowak, even though it is running Shadow, Hex. So we're just going to look to get to back-to-back Night Slashes, and we know that we can outpace to a third if necessary, and that'll be more than enough to take out this Shadow Alolan Marowak. Jamie Finn decides to take the 2-shield advantage, putting the hope and faith into that Shadow Machamp, knowing how powerful it is. We're going to look to pressure one of those shields with a Leaf Blade. That is what I mean about Sirfetch'd, guys. You can go down on shields and know that you can still get those shields right back. So, we got the alignment we needed, guys. We're coming in with Medicham. It's Medicham time. Jamie Finn goes into a Shadow Wall Rain, and now the play here is to get as much of the super effective fast move pressure in as possible before he can take us out with the Earthquake. That, of course, one shots, 100%. But the damage has been done, guys. This Wall Rain is now within Farm Down range. We tank a Shadow Icicle Spear. No problem, guys. We need to get to back-to-back Ice Punches to take out this Machamp. This Machamp does have loads of energy. We, of course, tank a Cross-Chop. Medicham is an absolute monster, guys. Jamie Finn is one counter off, guys, and we do get the deny there, which means that we will get off both of our Ice Punches, taking the game before Jamie Finn can take us out, guys. We get to this Ice Punch, and we are saying bye-bye to the Shadow Machamp, and we do take that one. Shouts to Jamie Finn, 1450. Guys, hop on his channel, check him out. He's got loads of entertaining battles with all Shadow teams. One of my favorite content creators. Good game. Well played to you, Jamie. Shouts to Jamie Finn yet again. Always an honor to battle against him. And here we go. This is why we run Bastiodon, guys. This is why there's no better time to run Bastiodon than right now. We had an Araquanid on the lead. They make a play in the Stunfisk, and Medicham is the proper alignment. If you were met with Stunfisk and you have Araquanid on the lead, the reason why is because Medicham takes neutral damage from the bug bites, while Sirfetch'd resists the bug bites and can fight back with super effective Leaf Blades. So Medicham is the alignment here on the Stunfisk. We know that we're going to have to shield up at least one of these Earthquakes. We did shield the first one, and going to absolutely tank the second one. We really didn't need to throw that Ice Punch, but We played it safe. We threw the Ice Punch and we farmed down. We know that they're going to come back in with that Araquanid anyways, so it is quite all right. We still have loads of energy. We are just going to rip off as many of these Psychics as we can up against this large, tanky spider here in front of us. And they're going to town with those bug bites. Going to look to farm all the way down. But not before Medicham gets to another Psychic. And this is going to be getting that Araquanid quite low as they do go for the full farm down. We, of course, are going to come back in with our Bastiodon. And they look to throw some energy. I'd imagine this is the Bubble Beam. Going to look to debuff us. Before possibly making a swap. And yes, they do into a Shadow Alolan Marowak. Guys, I'm telling you. There is no better time to run your Bastiodon than right now. Look at this. Two of the newest additions to Go Battle League, Shadow, Alolan Marowak, and Araquanid. Don't have a prayer against Bastiodon, guys. It might be time to dust off your Bastiodon if you have one. And we are going to play out this matchup here with our Sirfetch'd. Again, as with that previous Shadow Alolan Marowak, we outpace, so we grab those shields. They have to shield at this point. They are putting all of their hope and faith into their newly built Shadow Alolan Marowak. I don't think it's going to help them, guys. Bastiodon just gobbles up Marowak for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Even as a Shadow, guys. We tank these bone clubs all day, guys. Bastiodon is going to gobble, 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 gobble up the fire type Alolan Marowak. They can throw another bone club all they want. It is not going to help them, guys. And we even throw one extra Smackdown, and they still happen to catch. So we're going to no bubble this. And the Araquanid still lives. Holy smokes, that thing is an animal. It still lived, but it's not going to matter. We smack down the Alolan Marowak, and Bastiodon closing it strong yet again. It's going to be a good game. Well played. Oh, you guys, now is the time to run Bastiodon. There is no better time, I'm telling you. And here we go, picking up an Umbreon lead, pretty neutral lead. We have two excellent answers to Umbreon in the back, so we're going to go into Sirfetch'd and see what they have. They've got it. Azumarill. Azumarill is not an answer to Sirfetch'd, guys. I'm telling you, Azumarill is not an answer. I cannot tell you how many Azumarills were swapped in onto Sirfetch'd. And it all ends the same with Azumarill eating Leaf Blade after Leaf Blade until it has fainted. That is how it goes up against Azumarill. It does not have a prayer against Sirfetch'd, guys. One of the few fighters that can absolutely dominate Azumarill. I can't think of another fighter that dominates Azumarill quite like Sirfetch'd. And we go for Leaf Blade number 3. If they go down on shields, that is completely fine. There is nothing Azumarill can do to flip switch here up against our Sirfetch'd. All we have to do is shield up this next move. Most likely another Ice Beam. And we were gonna say bye-bye to Azumarill, but they aggressive swap into a Nidoqueen. So Nidoqueen is gonna eat a hard-hitting Leaf Blade for its troubles, which is amazing. We really needed that chip damage because now this Nidoqueen is well within Ice Punch range. So all we need to do is tank the Poison Fang, which we really have no choice but to tank it because shields are down. And we do get to this Ice Punch, and we are about to say bye-bye to the Nidoqueen. And they do have that low health Azumarill left and a fully healthy Umbreon, but it's not looking too good for that Umbreon. I'm not going to lie, guys. We have been debuffed, but we are going to counter down the Azumarill, and we're waiting on that Umbreon. They didn't want to face it, so they do concede the match. There was no hope for that Umbreon. That's going to be yet another good game. Well played to our opponent. As you can see, guys, Bastiodon and Medicham is just as powerful as it has ever been. Still dominating in the Great League. You love to see it. And here we go. We are met with an artillery. Holy smokes. Shouts to the Spice. This thing, of course, does have a lock-on. It was updated a while back. Gave it lock-on, which allows it to spam off these Octazookas at a very fast rate. So we are going to tank that and then catch the next one onto our Sirfetch'd. We know that we do live in Octazooka long enough to get to a move here, and they are deciding to stay in, and this is a water type, which means that if they decide to no shield this, we're going to be saying bye-bye to Octillery. They do decide to no-shield it, and they make a play into a Kanto Muck running Poison Jab. We did get the attack drop from that Octazooka, so this resistant Leaf Blade's not going to hit nearly as hard, but that is okay. We can easily come back in with our Bastiodon and go to work on this Alolan Muck. It is running Poison Jab, which means that we are triple resisting this fast move pressure, and we do tank a Dark Pulse, no problem. This Alolan Muck is farming up for days, holy smokes. We are going to no-shield the potential Dark Pulse. Doesn't do a whole lot. Bastiodon is about as bulky as a Pokemon gets, and we're going to look to get to another Stone Edge, and they catch it onto a Shadow Swampert. That's okay. We'll take this chip damage, guys, because although it is resisted, we can now 2-shield farm down this squishy Shadow Swampert here in front of us. It's not looking good for Swampert, I'm not going to lie, guys. I don't know if catching that was the best move. Nothing pleases me more than to make him pay for catching our moves and making us waste our energy. We're 2-shield and farming down this Swampert. We're about to say bye-bye Swampert with the counters. And we do have the back-to-back Ice Punches. It is just about lights out. We tank a Dark Pulse, no problem. And I think that they do see the writing on the wall. It's just about over, guys. We got the back-to-back. They can shield if they want, but we've got another one waiting. No, they let it go. They knew that it was over. Shouts to the Spice, guys. That's a spicy team with Octillery on the lead. Very fun team. Good game, well played to our opponent. And that is the team, guys. Oh my goodness. 5-0 yet again with Bastiodon and Medicham. I can't seem to stop getting 5-0s with Basti and Medicham. That is just how powerful this core is. Arguably the most powerful core in the meta. It's right up there with Swampert and Skarmory. And that is just because these two Pokemon complement each other beautifully. Beautifully, guys. Bastiodon's going to be taking care of those Charmers, takes care of the Flyers, takes care of the Bug types. Everything that Medicham doesn't want to see, and then Medicham will take care of everything that Bastiodon doesn't want to see, most notably the strong fighters in the meta. They go together like peanut butter and jelly. Very strong, classic core. You round that out with a very solid safe swap option in Sirfetch'd. Classically, you do see it with good old Sableye, but I was thinking with that large overpowered spider running around in the meta, I was thinking Sirfetch'd would have some nice play with access to Leaf Blade. Sirfetch'd slowly becoming one of my favorite safe swaps in the Great League. Guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.